Good evening from Joliet, Illinois, and the Sullivan Center on the campus of the University of St. Francis. It's the Fighting Saints, 16th ranked in the country, taking on Indiana Northwest in game number 6 of the 2020-21 season. The Saints come in with a 4-1 record. Indiana Northwest checks in at 1-3, playing their 5th game of the year. Terry Bonadonna with you on the call for today's game, and the Saints are looking to pull off their 3rd consecutive win. They've won their last 2 in pretty dominant fashion, taking down Trinity Christian by 33 about a week and a half ago, and then on Saturday a 23-point win against Judson for St. Francis. Now they get their first look this year at Indiana Northwest, a team that they beat twice a season ago. The Saints take the court wearing gold with Leah Sims and Justine Charlesworth in the backcourt. Their forwards are Josie Graffio and Shadrian McDaniel. Jordan Pyle is at center court waiting for the tip here. Michaela Schmidt, the center for Indiana Northwest. And Schmidt loses the tip to Pyle. The Saints get first possession, going from right to left for the first 20 minutes of today's game. St. Francis scored the first 16 points of the game on Saturday against Judson. Looking to get off to a hot start today. It's Pyle for Graffio. Graffio can't bank it in. And it's rebounded by Sarah Martin, who immediately throws it away. A steal for Leah Sims, and Sims is fouled going up. She'll get 2 free throws. So the Saints came up empty on their first possession, but a quick steal means they will get a second chance here from the free throw line. Leah Sims has not been a great foul shooter so far this season, just 3 of 9. But she makes her first here. 4 for 10 now on the season. Sims has the first point of the night, coming off of her lowest scoring game of the season. She finished with 7 points on Saturday against Judson. She makes 1 of 2. Saints do strike first. It's a narrow lead, though, as Indiana gets the ball across half court for the first time today. Here's Lauren Smolin passing over to Michaela Schmidt. Right back to Smolin. Half the shot clock gone. Smolin guarded tightly by Jordan Pyle. And that's a 5-second call. Guarded a little bit too tightly. She couldn't find anywhere to go with it. And Pyle forces the 5-second call. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers now for Indiana Northwest. Starters for the Redhawks today. You've already met Smolin and Schmidt. They've also got Sarah Martin in the front court. Alexis Veek and Jessie Sims are the 2 guards today for the Redhawks. Indiana Northwest in the crimson and cream duds. Similar look to the main campus as Leah Sims misses on the floater and Sarah Martin comes away with the rebound. Martin pushes it ahead quickly. This is Alexis Veek. Lob down low, Smolin up with it and in with a foul coming. So she'll get to add 1 from the free throw line here. Lauren Smolin, the sophomore from Crown Point, Indiana, gets the Redhawks on the board, gives them their first lead 1 minute and 12 seconds into this one. And now a chance to add to it. She hits the free throw. 3-point play for Lauren Smolin. Saints basketball down by 2, looking for their first field goal of the game. Here's Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel nearly walked with it. Instead, she takes the shot. Does not get the roll off the front iron, and the rebound goes to Alexis Veek. Veek carries it down the floor and passes off to Sarah Martin. And they pass it back outside. Jessie Sims. Back to Veek. 15 to shoot. Here's Michaela Schmidt going up against Josie Graffio. Schmidt drives, picks it up. Now she's in a bind here. Looking up top, finds Veek. 6 seconds on the shot clock. Veek outside. A drive from Sims. She's blocked by Jordan Pyle. Loose ball picked up by Smolin. I didn't think she got the shot off in time. The officials said she did. Saints came away with the rebound. Pyle for 3. Off the mark. And the rebound goes to Indiana Northwest. Slow start offensively to this game. Just over 2 minutes into it, we've seen just 1 combined field goal. Veek trying to add to that total. She doesn't, though. In and out on the 3. Rebound to Jordan Pyle. Pyle pushes quickly ahead to Graffio. Well defended by Sarah Martin, and the Saints pull it back. Here's Shadrian McDaniel. 10 seconds off the shot clock. McDaniel drives. McDaniel in traffic, lays it up and in. Nice drive by Shadrian McDaniel. And we're tied 3 points apiece. First field goal of the game for St. Francis. First points for Shadrian McDaniel, who came in averaging 10. There's a steal for the Saints. Graffio got her hand on the pass, deflected it over to Leah Sims. Here comes Sims in control of the basketball. Off to Charlesworth. Saints slow things down a bit. Charlesworth wide open in the corner. Good close-in defense by Sims, and Charlesworth has to pass it away. Sims steps back for three. No, too strong. Rebound chased down by Sims. She's immediately trapped in the corner, but throws the ball off the leg of Josie Graffio and keeps it with Indiana Northwest. Good look there for Leah Sims. Couldn't get it to go. Sims a 43% three-point shooter this year. Far and away the most attempts on the Fighting Saints. They have been a big-time three-point shooting team this year. We've got an offensive foul on Indiana Northwest. Push off against Michaela Schmidt, I believe. Her first. That is the team's second foul. Here's Josie Graffio for the Fighting Saints. McDaniel over to Sims. Right back to Shadrian McDaniel. Driving, she dishes outside. Charlesworth for three. Got it. Justine Charlesworth gives the Saints the 6-3 lead. Charlesworth has been a streaky shooter this year. She's been known to get on some big rolls, so a good start for her today. Martin passes off to Smolin. Around to the left side, it's Veek. A whistle, and we've got a foul on the defense here. It's called on Shadrian McDaniel, her first. Brings Andriana Acosta off the bench. She comes in for Josie Graffio. Acosta made her season debut on Saturday and was magnificent with 15 points and 10 rebounds. Indiana Northwest possession. Second foul of the quarter on the Fighting Saints. Here's Schmidt on the drive. Schmidt forces it up and misses. Good drive by Schmidt. Shook off two defenders, just couldn't quite finish it off. Charlesworth backs in. Charlesworth passes outside to McDaniel. Here's Shadrian McDaniel on the spin. Too hard off the glass, gets her own rebound, blocked by Smolin. And the offensive rebound, McDaniel saves it to Charlesworth. Nice job by the Saints to keep it alive. Just 5 on the shot clock as Leah Sims is called for a travel. 3 chances on that possession, nothing doing for the Fighting Saints. Indiana Northwest makes a substitution. Samantha Martin, freshman forward, checks in. Michaela Schmidt grabs a seat. Megan Long is out there right now as well for the Red Hawks. This is Megan Long receiving the pass. Long bounces once, passes to Martin on the left. Bounce to the outside, 12 to shoot. Here's Long, nearly stepped on the sideline. Veek driving on Charlesworth, pull-up jumper from 13 feet out, no good. Long rebound to Charlesworth. Good defensive stand there for the Fighting Saints. Lob down low for Acosta, can't get a handle on it, but she does save it and keep the possession alive. Charlesworth over to Sims, now McDaniel. Up top, Leah Sims to the left wing. This is Charlesworth with 7 to shoot. Charlesworth pulls up in the paint, finds McDaniel along the baseline. Double team, layup is good. With Martin and Smolin's hands in her face, McDaniel somehow finds enough of an opening to lay one in. Shadrian McDaniel's got 4 points, and the team has a 7-0 run and a 5-point lead. Here's Veek, lobbing it down low for Smolin, deflected away by Jordan Pyle, but Pyle is called for the foul. Went after it just a little bit too aggressively. It's the first on Pyle, it's the 3rd on the team. Actually, check that, it's the 2nd foul on Jordan Pyle. So she is probably going to spend the majority of the first half on the bench. Steve Brooks leaves her in there for now. Here's Sarah Martin. Martin drives and kicks. Veek, pull up from the elbow, missed it short. Offensive rebound, Samantha Martin. Here's Sarah Martin, top of the key, guarded by Charlesworth. Shot clock under 10. Samantha Martin at the foul line, throws it away. She was looking for Deja Geisler. Geisler cut. The pass went behind her and out of bounds. And a timeout is called by Indiana Northwest and their 14th year head coach Ryan Shelton. It's a 30-second timeout, 3:41 to go in the first quarter. It's been a defensive struggle so far, and that's exactly what the Fighting Saints have been good at so far this year. They're averaging to allow only 54 points per game this year. In fact, the Saints have allowed a worse field goal percentage in every game this year. They've gotten better and better defensively. That's going to be hard to continue in this one. They held Judson to just 26% shooting on Saturday. In fact, those numbers going back to their first game of the year. St. Francis of Indiana shot 42.2% against them. Marion then the next game 41.9. And then for Clark it was 37 down to 30% for Trinity Christian and just 26% on Saturday for Judson. So far today, though, Indiana Northwest is just 1 for 6. That's 17% from the field. Long way to go in this one. Pile into the corner. Charlesworth, good look, got it. Second three-pointer of the game for Justine Charlesworth. As I said, she's been streaky so far this year, but she seems to have the stroke so far tonight. Here's Deja Geisler. Around to the right side, Samantha Martin. Martin works the perimeter, gives it off to Geisler. Lob down low for Samantha Martin and overthrown. Taken away by Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth sets it up for the Fighting Saints. Here's Graffio. Graffio down to the corner. Charlesworth, another three, and another good three. 3 in a row for Justine Charlesworth. She's got 9 of the Saints' 14 points, and they've built an 11-point lead. It's a 12-0 run. Sorry, a 13-0 run for St. Francis. And it looks like another turnover for Indiana Northwest. Smallin was trying to find Sarah Martin, deflected off her fingertips, though, and went out of bounds. After a very short rest, Alexis Veek is back on the floor for Indiana Northwest. Veek is one of 2 starters in the Indiana starting lineup. One of 2 seniors, sorry, in the starting lineup. As Acosta drives into traffic, misses too hard off the glass, and the rebound goes to Veek. Ahead to Samantha Martin. Martin fires down low to Veek, well defended by the Saints. Here's Martin. Passing to a cutting Geisler, and she's fouled by Josie Graffio. Alexis Veek and Jessie Sims are the only 2 seniors on the roster for Indiana Northwest. Well, they called that foul on Jordan Pyle. I thought they were going to get Graffio as Geisler's first free throw misses short. That means 3 fouls already on Pyle. Just 8 minutes into the game. So Steve Brooks took a chance by leaving her out there with 2 fouls. But now Shadrian McDaniel hops off the bench. Geisler makes the second shot. And Pyle, I imagine, will be on the bench for a while now as McDaniel comes in for her. First point for Deja Geisler, sophomore from Indianapolis. But as I was saying about Indiana Northwest, it's a very young team. Freshmen and 2 sophomores in the starting lineup. Much of their rotation are underclassmen. There's a blocked shot. Schmidt got her hand on it as Shadrian McDaniel tried for the pull-up jumper. Taken away by Indiana Northwest. Down to the corner. 3-point attempt is off the mark from Veek, and Samantha Martin is called for a foul going over the back of McDaniel. Indiana Northwest has gotten a couple of points from the free throw line. It's been 7 minutes of game action, though, since their last field goal. During that time, St. Francis has scored 13. Leah Sims step back, and that's good for Sims. Give her 3 points for the game, and the lead is now 12, a game high for St. Francis. Kicked outside. This is Veek on the drive, passing off to Martin. long two-pointer is good for Samantha Martin. And that finally ends the drought after 7.5 minutes. They finally get their second field goal of the evening. It's a 10-point game. Charlesworth at the free throw line with her back to the basket, shovels it off to Sims. Step back three is good. Sims all of a sudden is feeling it. Back-to-back jumpers good for her. She's got 6 points. This was a defensive slog through the first 7 minutes. Last couple, St. Francis has really turned up the offense. Here's a drive from Veek. Pull out, pass to Geisler for three. No good, rebound McDaniel. 8-second difference between the shot and game clocks now. Saints by 13. Sims drives, floats it up and in. That's 7 straight points for Leah Sims. She and Justine Charlesworth have been hot in this first quarter, combining on 17 of the team's 21 points. Here's Michaela Schmidt for the Redhawks. Schmidt up top to Long with 8 seconds on the clock. This is Martin. Deflected out of bounds? No, it wasn't deflected. Martin just threw it straight out. So with 4.3 on the clock, the Saints are going to get a chance for a shot here. Charlesworth will inbound it. Sims lets it go. Nobody picks her up for Indiana. So Sims picks it up at half court. 3 seconds on the clock. Sims all the way to the basket. Gives up to Acosta, who lays it up and in at the buzzer. Got it off just in time. After that bobble, I didn't think Acosta was going to have enough time to put it in. She did. Her first 2 points of the game. And the Saints end the first quarter with a flourish. They lead Indiana Northwest 23-6. We'll take a quick break. Back with the second quarter in just a moment. (23-6) St. Francis at the end of quarter one. Saints struggled offensively to start the quarter. They were just 2 of 10 from the field, but they made 7 of their last 8 shots to really pull away. And now they find themselves in great position going into the second quarter. Indiana Northwest had some problems holding on to the ball. 7 turnovers in that first quarter. St. Francis had just 1. So the Redhawks start quarter number 2 with the ball, trying to squeeze it a little tighter here. They scored just 2 field goals in the first quarter. They came 7.5 minutes apart. Now trying to avoid another long drought. This is Sims at the top, dribbling off to the left side. Now with 12 seconds to shoot, a lob down low for Smallin, who lays it up and in. Nice setup there, a very good pass. Good touch from Smallin as well, who's got 5 points already today, matching her season average. Here comes Josie Graffio for the Fighting Saints, outside. McDaniel gives it to Charlesworth in the corner. Charlesworth, 9 points in the first quarter on 3 of 3 shooting from beyond the arc. McDaniel spins inside, fights it up, no good. Rebound tapped back to McDaniel. This time the layup is in. Assist to Acosta for that battle on the rebound. But a great individual effort by McDaniel as well, getting the 2 points. Here's Schmidt at the foul line. In some trouble, she's lost her dribble. Finally finds Sarah Martin. Martin, one dribble, back out to Veek. 7 to shoot. Veek, pull up from just inside the foul line. She hits it. Back-to-back buckets for Indiana Northwest. A much better offensive start to this second quarter after they shot just 2 of 9 in the first. Graffio finds Charlesworth in the corner. Gives it another go, and Charlesworth hits again. 12 points for Justine Charlesworth on 4 of 4 from beyond the arc. Charlesworth had been just a 25% three-point shooter coming in. That number is going to go substantially up after today. On the right side, it's Sims. Sims drives, kicks it out, and through the hands of Veek out of bounds. There's the 8th turnover of the game for Indiana Northwest, but their first so far in this second quarter. They trail by 18 points. As Hannah Schweitek checks in for St. Francis. First look at her today. She's on the floor with Graffio, Charlesworth, McDaniel, and Acosta. Here's Charlesworth in the corner with a fake this time. She'll try from 2-point range. That one misses. I guess she should stay outside. Nice fake. Got herself an open shot. Just didn't go. Here's Schmidt in a double team. No good off the glass. Rebound to McDaniel. This is Shadrian McDaniel giving it up to Schweitek. Schweitek puts the ball behind her back, works to the basket, and banks it in. Beautiful drive by Hannah Schweitek. Her 6th and 7th points of the year. Sarah Martin gives it up to Alexis Veek. Veek drives, throws it up for grabs. The ball's loose on the floor and picked up by Acosta. 2-on-2. Acosta drives in on Sarah Martin, throws it towards the basket. No. Rebounded by Graffio, and the Saints can reset. Shot clock did not. It's at 19. Schweitek throws it away, looking for McDaniel. McDaniel saves it. Acosta saves it again, and somehow the possession stays alive for St. Francis. 7 to shoot. McDaniel drives. McDaniel is fouled. Jesse Sims called for the foul. It's an incredible possession for St. Francis. Acosta missed the original shot. They got the rebound. Looked like they were about to turn it over. McDaniel saved it, but nearly saved it right back out of bounds before Acosta saved it again. And after all of that, they've got 2 free throws. The first of which is good from Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel's a 73% free throw shooter. A little bit better than that now as she makes 2 of 2. 8 points for the junior McDaniel. Here's Alexis Veek giving it up to Sarah Martin. Martin drives, kicks into the corner. Veek for 3. Too hard. Rebounded by Graffio. Charlesworth gives it to McDaniel. Left side, Schweitek. Shot clock is at 11. Game clock under 6 minutes now for the second quarter. Here's Acosta, picks up her dribble and throws it away, looking for Graffio. It is intercepted by Megan Long. Sarah Martin, open 3, good. First points of the game for Sarah Martin. IUNW is within 19 with 5.5 minutes to play in the half. McDaniel loses the ball. It was poked away by Megan Long. Stays with the Saints here. Leah Sims is back in. Charlesworth grabs a seat. Charlesworth's been the offensive story of the game for the Saints, but Sims got hot late in that first quarter as well. She's got 8 points. Deep three-point attempt for Graffio, way off. And battling for the offensive rebound, Acosta comes away with it. She's fouled before the shot. St. Francis has been out-rebounded in all but one game this year. Getting Acosta back on Saturday figured to help considerably, and though she had 10 rebounds in the game, Saints were again out-rebounded in that win against Judson. That was the second rebound of this game for Acosta. The Saints are +4 in that category. McDaniel's three-pointer misses. Acosta once again trying to chase down that loose ball, but this time she stepped down the baseline. So the ball goes to the Redhawks. They've scored 7 points in the last 5 minutes after scoring just 6 in the first quarter. Still a big deficit, though, for Indiana Northwest, trying to make a run here late in the first half. Foul away from the ball on the defense. That is the first on Hannah Schweitek. Second on the team. Was that the first? It's the first on the team, sorry. Inbounded to Megan Long. Here's Sarah Martin. Drive and kick. Long cuts inside. Her pass deflected by Graffio, out of bounds. Still Indiana basketball, 11 seconds on the shot clock. Nothing doing so far on this possession. Let's see if they can penetrate this tough St. Francis defense. Sarah Martin has just 8 seconds. Martin puts it on the floor, kicks it outside. Here's Long on the drive. She finds an open shooter. Smallin misses on the jumper, and the rebound goes out of bounds. Last touched by Sydney Van Meter of Indiana Northwest. Redhawks come up empty. Saints ball, up by 19. Here's McDaniel, out to Sims. Schweitek loses the handle on it, trying to chase it down. She does. Kept alive to McDaniel. On the drive, Shadrian McDaniel is bumped from behind. And McDaniel will go to the free throw line. That's the first foul on Sydney Van Meter. It's the third on IUNW. Sends McDaniel back to the line where she's 2 of 2 so far today. And we've got a timeout called. Full timeout called by Indiana Northwest, who came into today with a record of 1-3, trying to snap a 2-game losing streak. Most recently, they lost to St. Francis. Not these guys, but those other St. Francis. Other St. Francis's. I was trying to pluralize it. Didn't really work. The ones out in Indiana, the Cougars. These St. Francis's, the Saints here in Joliet, beat the Indiana St. Francis's back on November 6th by just a single point. Already several common opponents for these two teams. Fighting Saints beat both St. Francis and Trinity Christian. Indiana Northwest had a tough one against Trinity Christian last week, falling to the Trolls, hence their 2 consecutive losses. They've lost 2 straight games overall, but their losing streak here is considerably worse. St. Francis has won 6 consecutive against Indiana Northwest, and more impressively than that, all time they've gone 23-1 against the Redhawks. So this has historically been a very one-sided rivalry, and so far the same has been the case today. Lacey Gardner is in for the Fighting Saints for the first time. It's Gardner, Graffio, McDaniel, Sims, and Schweitek. Indiana Northwest counters with Sarah Martin, Megan Long, Sydney Van Meter, Alexis Veek, and Samantha Martin. First free throw misses from Shadrian McDaniel. Her 8 points today are tied for second most on the team. But she misses both free throws. Rebound to Samantha Martin. And here come the Redhawks. This is Veek on the left side. Up top, Samantha Martin. Lob down low for Van Meter. It's off her hands and out of bounds. Another turnover committed by Indiana Northwest. That's 10 for the game. Here's Schweitek. At the top of the key, she hands it off to Leah Sims. Back to the sophomore Hannah Schweitzek. Now McDaniel on the drive. Spins towards the basket with the left hand. Puts it in. Good looking drive from Shadrian McDaniel. She's got 10 points. Right at her average for the season. A whistle away from the ball here. Looks like a defensive foul. And I believe that'll be the second on Hannah Schweitzek. 3:25 to play in the first half. It's actually the second on Shadrian McDaniel. Second foul on the team. McDaniel comes out. Charlesworth is back in. Megan Long driving on Schweitzek. Long gets to the hoop and draws the foul. So Long will get 2 free throws here. Schweitzek picks up her second foul. Third on the team. Long's first free throw misses. First miss from the free throw line. Check that second miss. They're 2 for 4 now. Shooting free throws. Long makes 1 of 2. 20-point game. 3 minutes, 15 seconds to go in the half. Schweitzek drives on Veek. Blocked from behind by Veek. Out of bounds. Nice defense by Alexis Veek. Here comes Acosta back in for Schweitzek, who sits down with 2 fouls. Geisler is back in for the Redhawks. Sarah Martin grabs a seat. Graffio fires it in to Justine Charlesworth. Here's Graffio once again. Into the corner for Gardner. Lacey Gardner passes it off to Sims with 8 to shoot. Long 3 for Leah Sims is good. Can't give her that much space. She'll shoot from just about anywhere on the floor. Sims trying to anticipate that pass, nearly knocked it out of bounds. Now a 3-point attempt, misses too long from Ellie McConnell, and the rebound goes to Josie Graffio. Graffio gives it up to Gardner, all alone for 3. That's off, and the rebound goes to McConnell. McConnell a little bit out of control, taken away. Acosta on the floor, flips it up to Graffio, and the Saints can slow it down now. Gardner gives it to Sims, and they'll run the half-court game. Big lead for St. Francis late in the first half. They try to add to it with Josie Graffio on the left wing. Leah Sims, open 3, not this time. Here's Megan Long. Kicked it out to Veek. Martin to Geisler on the right side. Geisler tries the 3 with Graffio in her face, off to the left. Rebounded by the Saints. Here's Gardner. Pass deflected, but it finds Graffio. Sims tries to spin around Geisler. Good defense, though, by Geisler. Charlesworth back up to Sims. Under 10 to shoot. It's Graffio. Josie Graffio having some trouble with Geisler. 4 seconds on the shot clock. Charlesworth for 3. Good. Justine Charlesworth, 5 of 5 from beyond the arc. 15 points for Charlesworth. It's a 26-point lead for the Fighting Saints. Just over a minute to play in the half. 3-point attempt. McConnell rattles around and does not fall. One and done for the Redhawks. Here's Leah Sims. Sims to Acosta, right side, Gardner. Graffio tries another 3. She misses. 0 for 2 on 3-pointers tonight. Graffio had been 12 of 19 for the season coming in. Down low, McConnell. McConnell faces the basket. Backing in now on Graffio. Turnaround is up and good. Nice post work there by the freshman Ellie McConnell. And the shot clock is off for the Fighting Saints. They lead by 24 at the end of the second quarter. We'll see if they can add one more. They hit a buzzer beater at the end of the first. See if they've got another one in them here. Sims is taking her time. Defense is light enough from Indiana Northwest. Now 8 seconds. Sims working against Long, fires it out to Charlesworth, down low Acosta. Acosta, kick back out to Charlesworth for three. It's short, and that's how the first half ends. First miss from the outside by Justine Charlesworth, but a dominant first half for Charlesworth and the Saints. She went 5 of 6 on three-pointers, and the rest of the team helped out in building a big lead at the half. 40-16 is our score as St. Francis tries to take their third consecutive win against a conference opponent. We've got 15 minutes on the clock for halftime, and we will be back with the first half stats and the second half action when that clock is just about down. For the moment, though, I'm going to step away. 40-16, Saints lead at the intermission. We're about a minute away from the start of the second half here at the University of St. Francis. The host Fighting Saints lead the visiting Redhawks 40-16. Terry Bonadonna back with you for another half of basketball as the Saints try to put away their third consecutive opponent. Let's take a look at some of the first half stats. Good start for St. Francis. They trailed 3-1 about 2 minutes in, and they went on a quick 7-0 run. We're up 8-3 with about 3 minutes left in the first quarter, and that's when they got hot. They scored 15 points over the final 3 minutes of the first quarter, and it was never close the rest of the first half as they built up that big lead, thanks in large part to the outside shooting of Justine Charlesworth. Charlesworth was 5 of 6 from beyond the three-point arc in the first half. The rest of the team just 2 of 9 from three-point range, but they didn't need all that much more as Charlesworth poured in 15 points. Leah Sims added 11 of her own. Shadrian McDaniel had 10 in the first half. Josie Graffio led the way with 4 assists. McDaniel had 5 rebounds. As for Indiana Northwest, Lauren Smallin leads the way with 5 points. Alexis Veek has 5 rebounds. Offensive rebounds have been key for St. Francis. They've got 6 of them compared to just 1 for Indiana Northwest, and they lead 7-0 in second chance points. The other big stat, though, for the first half, turnovers. The Saints turned it over just 2 times. Indiana Northwest coughed the ball up 11 times. Now, granted, they got a lot better as the half went on. They turned it over 7 times in the first quarter, just 4 in the second. But points off turnovers, 13-3 in favor of St. Francis. So it's been a pretty decisive advantage for the home team in that regard. And that's been a big stat all season for the Fighting Saints. They have a +9 average turnover differential per game this year. It is Sims, Charlesworth, McDaniel, Graffio, and Acosta coming off the bench to start the second half. No Jordan Pyle. She picked up 3 fouls in the first half, so she'll sit a little while longer. Pyle played only 8 minutes in the first half. Saints going from left to right now. It's Shadrian McDaniel in possession of the ball. McDaniel gives it up to Josie Graffio. Bounce down low for Acosta. Working against Samantha Martin. She throws it away. Intercepted by Alexis Veek. Samantha Martin, Sarah Martin, Michaela Schmidt, and Jessie Sims on the floor for Indiana Northwest. Schmidt misses from close range. Offensive rebound, though, for Samantha Martin, and she sets up Sarah with the jumper. Indiana Northwest strikes first here in the second half. Shadrian McDaniel throws it out of the double team right to the bench. So St. Francis turns it over. 2 possessions in the second half, 2 turnovers already. They turned it over just twice in the entire first half. So a surprising start to this third quarter for the Saints. Here's Veek passing it down to Samantha Martin in the corner. Bounced right into the hands of Josie Graffio. She was looking for Alexis Veek on the backdoor cut, but Veek was not looking for that pass. Was nowhere near it when it was thrown. Here's Acosta handing it off to McDaniel. Graffio on the left side. Down low to Acosta. Kick down to Charlesworth. Her 3-point attempt misses. And the rebound tracked down by Jessie Sims. Charlesworth has now missed her last 2 3-point attempts after connecting on her first 5 of the game. Veek drives by Charlesworth and lays it in. Impressive drive there from Alexis Veek. She's got 4 points, and Indiana Northwest has scored the first 4 of the half. Charlesworth to Graffio. Here's Shadrian McDaniel working against Schmidt. She fires it off to Charlesworth in the corner. Not a quick trigger this time from Charlesworth after back-to-back misses. Here's Acosta. The turnaround down low is no good. And the rebound goes to Jessie Sims. Sims drives on Leah Sims and double dribbled. Leah Sims, Jessie Sims spell their names very differently. Leah is S-I-M-S. Jessie Sims of Indiana Northwest is S-I-E-M-S. I don't think I've ever seen Sims spelled that way. It's said very differently. It's only 1 letter difference. It's an interesting spelling, though, for Jessie Sims. Jordan Pyle is in for Acosta. First time we've seen Pyle since the first quarter. Here's Shadrian McDaniel on the drive. Layup is good. And that's 12 points for McDaniel. 3-point attempt, Sarah Martin, in and out. Fight for the rebound. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touched by, who knows? Neither of the refs, that's for sure. I'll call it a held ball. It'll stay with Indiana Northwest. That's when you don't see all that often. The two officials just looked at each other and both kind of shrugged their shoulders. Paul Novak, David Rafalski, and Bob Vaughn are the officiating crew. So 20 on the shot clock for Indiana Northwest. Inbound to Samantha Martin. Her turnaround is off the glass and in. Samantha Martin's been impressive. 4 points for her. Shadrian McDaniel at the foul line, backs it up. Down to the corner for Graffio. Her three-pointer is on the money. First three-pointer of the game for Josie Graffio. In fact, first points of the game for Josie Graffio, who came into today averaging better than 10 per contest. Here's Sims backing it on Charlesworth. Nice turnaround move for Alexis Veek. She adds 2 more to her total, 6 points now for Veek. Indiana Northwest is within 21 points. Here's Charlesworth off to McDaniel. McDaniel drives around Veek, blocked from behind by Veek. Credit to Jessie Sims for holding her ground in front of McDaniel. As the ball is knocked out of bounds by Shadrian McDaniel, it stays with Indiana Northwest. .6:15 to play, third quarter. Indiana Northwest has picked up their offensive game these last few minutes. Trying to stay on a roll. It's a foul on Jordan Pyle. Looked like it was going to be a turnover for Indiana Northwest. Veek was looking for Samantha Martin, overthrew her, but Pyle is called for a shove in the back, so that's her 4th foul. Costa's quickly off the bench after Pyle picks up her 4th foul just a minute or so after coming back in. Sarah Martin misses on the 3. Here come the Saints. Graffio to Leah Sims. Bounce down low for Pyle and intercepted by Sarah Martin. Saints have already turned it over more in the second half than they did in the first. Michaela Schmidt on the drive, scores, and a foul. First points of the game for Michaela Schmidt. She'll head to the line to try to add 1 more. Justine Charlesworth picks up her first foul, and a timeout is called by St. Francis. They still have a big lead with 5 minutes, 43 seconds to play in the third quarter. But what was 24 at halftime has dropped to 19 and a chance to make it 18 now in just a moment. Saints have led by as many as 26 points. But it's been ugly so far for St. Francis in the second half. For one thing, Indiana Northwest is playing really well on the offensive end. They're executing just about everything at the moment. And they have outscored the Fighting Saints 10-5 so far since the break. Saints have just looked sloppy on the offensive side. They've turned it over 3 times here after committing just 2 turnovers in the first 20 minutes of the game. So Steve Brooks is very animated over on the sideline right now, not happy about the way things have gone over the last 4+ minutes. On the other side, Ryan Shelton is feeling good about the way his team is playing, if not so much the standing in the game right now. Indiana Northwest, a top team a couple of years ago, fell below 500 last season, trying to avoid the same fate here this year. You figure they're going to have a tough road ahead of them, at least early in the season, trying to work in all this new young talent. They've shown some potential tonight. As Schmidt misses on the free throw, so she cannot make it a 3-point play. St. Francis ball. Sims holds it, slows things down, now driving on Martin. Passed out to McDaniel. Graffio has it taken away from her. A steal for Jessie Sims. Sims going the other way. Passes outside to Veek, and Veek resets. Martin, pull-up jumper is good. Sarah Martin has exhibited a good stroke here in the second half. 7 points for the sophomore Martin. McDaniel looking around, finds Sims at the top. Graffio on the left wing now. 10 seconds on the shot clock. It's McDaniel with just 5 seconds to shoot now. Leah Sims fires up a deep three. Off the front iron, no. That possession went absolutely nowhere for St. Francis. I don't think they got it inside the three-point arc. Samantha Martin bounces low to Schmidt. Schmidt, nice move around Graffio, can't finish, and Graffio pulls down the rebound. McDaniel's at the top of the key for the Fighting Saints. A bit of a scoring drought now. McDaniel drives, kicks Graffio, blocked. Blocked by Schmidt. The ball is loose and a tie-up. They'll stay with the Saints. 11 on the shot clock. They'll inbound from the baseline. Lacey Gardner is in for Josie Graffio. Megan Long back in for Indiana Northwest. Jessie Sims grabs a seat. McDaniel sends the ball in towards Gardner. It's deflected right back out of bounds. 1 second off the clock. The Saints will do it again. McDaniel gets it into Charlesworth. Red hot first half for Charlesworth. Looking for her first points here in the third quarter. Lays it up, no. Offensive rebound, Acosta. Saints reset. Gardner fires it down low for McDaniel. Tapped up in the air. She pulls it down, though. Blocked by the backboard, but another offensive rebound. Three-pointer Charlesworth is good. That's her 6th of the game. Justine Charlesworth entering play today. Had a couple of huge games and a couple of quiet ones. Today, another big one for Charlesworth as Acosta comes away with a steal but loses it right back to Samantha Martin. Here's Sarah Martin inside, lays it up and in off the feed from Alexis Veek. It's an 18-point game. Charlesworth coming into today had scored 42 points all year. 35 of those 42 had been in 2 games. Acosta gets fouled. She'll go to the line. I'm just kind of amazed looking at Justine Charlesworth's point totals right now, game by game. It's every other game. Her point total is 0, 19, 4, 16, 3, and now 18 today. So she's due for a slow one her next time out, but she should erupt again right after that. Acosta hits on the first free throw. Hasn't been as statistically gaudy a night for Acosta as Saturday, but she's played well. 3 points now. And there's her 4th. She's had some tough offensive rebounds. 50-30, Saints lead, 2:45 to go in the third quarter. There's a drive from Geisler. She's fouled. And that one goes on Lacey Gardner, her first. It's the team's 3rd foul. Geisler at the line for 2 shots. Jessie Sims checks in for Alexis Veek. First foul shot misses from Geisler. Geisler had one of her 2 attempts in the first half. She's just 2 for 6 shooting free throws on the season. And she deadens the second one off the back of the rim, drops it in. 2 points for Geisler, a 19-point game. Charlesworth across the timeline. Over to Sims on the right side. Leah Sims finds Charlesworth in the corner. Back out to Sims with 10 seconds now on the shot clock. It's McDaniel. McDaniel around the screen to the right. Stripped, taken away by Megan Long. Geisler across half court to the right side, gets a good screen. Geisler takes it all the way in against Gardner. Air ball. An air ball on the floater. Good drive from Geisler. Shook free of a couple of defenders. A little too aggressive at the end there as a foul is called on Jesse Sims. Sims called for her second. A bump in the backcourt. It's the second on the team. We're under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Hannah Schweitzak across half court for the Saints, just in for Leah Sims. McDaniel gives it to Schweitzak up top. We've got a foul underneath. I think that one is going on Sims as well. Getting physical with Lacey Gardner. So that's 2 fouls in the last 11 seconds on Sims, 3 in the game. Schweitzak to inbound. A little short on the pass, but McDaniel pulls it in. Oh, we've got a whistle. Foul called on Indiana Northwest. That one on Sarah Martin, her second. It's the team's fourth, so they had just 1 foul 12 seconds ago in game time. And now they've hit their limit for the quarter. Inbounded right underneath the basket to Shadrian McDaniel. McDaniel puts it up and draws the foul. 4 fouls have been committed by Indiana Northwest in the last 15 seconds. And Shadrian McDaniel is at the line for 2 shots. 4 fouls on this possession committed by the Red Hawks. McDaniel's first free throw misses. McDaniel had been a high percentage shooter coming in. She's just 2 of 5 from the line this evening. And she's good on the second. Saints as a team are 4 of 8 from the line today. Free throw shooting this season has not been impeccable. But they do have a 20-point lead. Geisler tries the 3. It's off. Rebounded by Acosta. And Charlesworth gets it across half court. Here's Schweitzak on the right wing. Picked up loosely by Michaela Schmidt. Around to the left side, Charlesworth. 12 to shoot. Charlesworth puts the ball on the floor, gets into the paint, and backs it up again. Gardner over to Schweitzak. 5 seconds on the shot clock. Schweitzak drives, fouled on the floor. But Indiana Northwest is over the limit, so Hannah Schweitzak will go to the line for 2 shots. It's the second foul on Michaela Schmidt. 61 seconds to play in the third quarter. Alexis Veek back in for the Red Hawks. Schweitzak misses the first free throw. Sophomore guard from Mother Macaulay High School has 2 points tonight. And she'll stay there for now as Acosta's called for an over-the-back foul, battling for the rebound. This game has suddenly slowed to a crawl. Indiana Northwest will try to pick up the pace again. It's Geisler on the outside. Up top to Long. Now Veek on the right wing. Long tries the 3. It's short. And the rebound tapped in the hands of Acosta. Saints have 12 seconds separating their shot and game clocks. McDaniel holds well outside. And it's thrown away. Charlesworth looking for Schweitzak. Miscommunication. Schweitzak cut. Charlesworth pass to the outside. Nobody home. 24 seconds for the Red Hawks now to get a couple more points this quarter. They were down by 24 at the half. They've outscored St. Francis 15-11 in this third quarter so far. Here's Geisler. Geisler lobs it down low to a cutting Veek, knocked away by Acosta and out of bounds with 5.9 on the clock. It's still Indiana Northwest ball. Beek is the trigger man on the play. Into Geisler. Geisler, turnaround in traffic, gets it to go. Charlesworth at the buzzer, didn't get it off on time. So a good third quarter for Indiana Northwest as they outscore the Saints by 6 points in the period. Geisler hit the shot just prior to the buzzer. Her first field goal of the game to give her 4 points and keep Indiana Northwest alive. They need a big run in them here in the fourth quarter, but they put themselves in position at least to try to get it. It's not over by a long shot with 10 minutes to go. Saints 51-33. Back in a minute. Ten minutes to play in this one. It looked at halftime like it was well on its way to being over early. St. Francis led by 24 points at the half. Indiana Northwest outscored St. Francis in the third quarter 17-11. In fact, they outscored their entire first half total in that third quarter. And they've got the ball as we start the fourth, trying to make a big run late in the game. Keep the Saints back on their heels. Here's Megan Long starting things off for the Red Hawks. Off to Alexis Veek. Veek down low against Josie Graffio, gives it away. As she started to fall, she passed it to nobody really, and Charlesworth was there for the steal. Here's Graffio. Graffio backs in at the right elbow. Looking for the cutter, didn't have her. So she gives it up to Leah Sims instead, and Sims dragged that back foot. So traveling violation is called against Sims. Stuck on 11 points right now. She got hot late in the first quarter. Has been quiet ever since, though. Samantha Martin, guarded outside by Acosta. Gives it up top to Long. Now Veek on the left wing. Shot clock is down to 10 for Geisler. Samantha Martin on the outside. 4 seconds to shoot. Martin gives it to Geisler along the baseline. She is fouled. With the shot clock running down, Josie Graffio gets Geisler from behind. And that leads to 2 free throw attempts. It's the first foul on Graffio. It's the first on the team. 8:59 to play in the fourth quarter. First free throw misses. So her struggles from the line continue. Now just 3 of 8 on the year. That includes 2 of 5 today. And she makes the second. Sarah Martin back in for Samantha Martin. Here's Leah Sims. McDaniel dribbles towards the basket. Turnaround on Michaela Schmidt. Schmidt's called for the foul. She thought she had a clean block. The officials disagreed. Shadra McDaniel will get 2 free throws. It's the last thing that Indiana Northwest wants to see from St. Francis as McDaniel hits on the first free throw. Looked like they had him stopped, but McDaniel was able to force the foul and get herself some free points. Make it a 19-point game. few stops and a few big baskets on the other end would pretty much put this game away for the Fighting Saints, but stops have been tough to come by lately. Indiana Northwest has been playing strong offense. This is Schmidt out to Veek. Veek steps inside, backs it out again. 5 on the shot clock for Sarah Martin. Martin's got to work in a hurry. She gets down low and lays it in. It's a gorgeous drive from Sarah Martin. She flew to the basket. And Martin's got a team-high 11 points now. Justine Charlesworth has a game high with 18 points. Decided not to shoot there. Gave it to Sims instead. Leah Sims works her way inside and gets bumped. A foul is called on the floor against Megan Long. It's the team's second foul. It's Long's first. And the Saints inbound from the baseline. 7:59 to play. McDaniel can't find help. Finally throws it up for grabs into the backcourt. It's chased down by Josie Graffio. Long and Sims collided on the play, both going for the ball. Long helps Sims up. Here's McDaniel. McDaniel drives inside. I think she walks. That is the call. Another turnover committed by St. Francis. The offense just hasn't gotten in gear in this second half. Hasn't been much of a rhythm. Sarah Martin for 3, in and out. Offensive rebound Schmidt, but she loses it out of bounds. It was deflected out by the Saints. It'll stay here. Veek, the inbounder, finds Sarah Martin. Martin's been the hot hand in this second half. Here's Veek down to Michaela Schmidt, opposite end. Schmidt back out to Geisler. Shot clock under 10. Schmidt for 3. It's good. Michaela Schmidt hits her first outside shot of the game. 5 points for her. It's just a 14-point St. Francis lead. They've been up by as many as 26, but Indiana Northwest has hung around. Graffio gives it to Sims for 3. That's off the mark, and the rebound goes to Alexis Veek. Indiana Northwest trying to keep their run alive. Into Michaela Schmidt. Bounced outside. Long. Now it's Veek. Here's Geisler. Geisler working inside on Acosta. Throws it up and out of bounds. Got the side of the backboard there. A wild shot. I think Geisler wanted a foul more than anything. Didn't get it. Samantha Martin is in for Michaela Schmidt. And Jessie Sims for Dasa Geisler. Jordan Pyle checks in for the Fighting Saints. Pyle's played less than 10 minutes tonight because of foul trouble. With 6:44 to go in the game, she's on the floor playing with 4 fouls. Sims drives all the way to the basket, high off the glass, does not get the bounce she was looking for. Quickly on the other end, it's Sarah Martin. Layup is no good. Rebounded by Pyle. That would have been huge for the Red Hawks if Martin could have gotten that layup to fall. Instead, still a 14-point lead for the Saints, and McDaniel is fouled by Megan Long.
Number 20, Megan Long, her second.
Second foul on Indiana Northwest. It's the third on the Red Hawks. Second on Long. McDaniel gets it into Graffio. The Saints set it up. Graffio down to Pyle. Down low Acosta, out to a wide open shooter. Sims for 3, it's good. Sims is one of the better three-point shooters in the conference, and she was left all alone on the outside. She's got 14 points. Pyle gets a deflection and a steal. Pyle's been on the bench for a while, but making an impact after returning. And now the Saints will try to put this thing away once and for all. Leah Sims. Down to McDaniel. Looking low, doesn't have Acosta as the ball's knocked away and out of bounds by Megan Long. The lead was as high as 26. It was cut down as low as 14 after that. Now it's up to 17 as St. Francis tries to add to it late. Graffio takes it in on Veek. Graffio with 1 foot in the paint, sends it outside. This is Pyle, pull-up jumper. No, rebounded by Samantha Martin. Here's Jesse Sims giving it up to Veek. Three-pointer. Way off. An air ball from Veek. And Jordan Pyle just watches it bound out of bounds. Timeout called by Indiana Northwest. 5 minutes, 16 seconds to play in the fourth quarter. St. Francis 56, Indiana Northwest 39. Justine Charlesworth leads all scorers with 18 points. She's one off of her career high, set earlier this year against Marion. She scored 19 points back on November 7th. Shadrian McDaniel, Leah Sims have chipped in with 15 and 14 points apiece. So that's 47 of the team's 56 points coming from those three players. And the Saints have gone ice cold offensively. They have not shot the ball well lately, and they've turned it over considerably more often in the second half than they did in the first, but they built up such a big lead that they've been pretty comfortable up to this point. And we saw something similar on Saturday against Judson. Saints led 16-0 before anybody had a chance to sit down. Usually that refers to the fans. There weren't any fans here on Sunday. There aren't today either, nor will there be next week. The Saints ended up winning that game by 23 points, which is a good total. Nobody ever complains about a 23-point loss. When you go up 16, though, in the first 5 minutes, you kind of expect a bigger blowout than that. And Judson really fought. They took the Saints off their game for a while, and St. Francis had to fight through some sticky spots in that second half. They're doing the same thing today. Their lead of 26 has been cut to 17. It was down as low as 14. They're back in good shape, though, as they take the ball out of the timeout. Graffio gives it to Sims. Now Shadrian McDaniel on the left. McDaniel drives. Turn around into a double team. It's blocked. Ball is loose and brought in by Samantha Martin. Sims drives and kicks. Sarah Martin up to Megan Long. Long drives. Long draws the contact, and it's good with a foul. Megan Long scores the deuce, and a chance for one more as McDaniel picks up her third foul. McDaniel looks set, but in the circle down low. The free throw is good from Long. It is a three-point play. And now, once again, just a 14-point game. Jordan Pyle working on Veek, takes it all away and scores and draws the foul. Pyle's been a non-factor in this game, but when the Saints needed a bucket here late in the fourth quarter, Jordan Pyle just took over that possession. Took it all the way coast to coast. And bumps from behind by Alexis Veek. Gives Pyle a chance at a free throw. That is the fourth foul on IUNW. Pyle hits on the free throw. It's a three-point play. Her first 3 points of the game. Came in averaging over 9. Here's Geisler. Up top, Sarah Martin. Geisler again looking for help. A drive from Long, and it's knocked away. I think Jordan Pyle got her hand on that ball first, just ripped it loose. McDaniel picks up the loose ball, takes it down the floor, and gives it up. Here's Acosta down low, missing the reverse layup. Good positioning for Acosta. Just didn't quite finish it off. Saints have missed on a couple of chances at put-away points, but they get another steal as McDaniel jumps in the passing lane and deflects it over to Josie Graffio. Graffio out to McDaniel, and she slows it down further. Leah Sims, deep three. It's short. Rebound to Acosta. Great offensive rebound. Saints can run a little more clock here with another chance to score. Graffio bounces to Pyle. Pyle pushes it up with the right hand and scores. 5 points for Jordan Pyle, all of them here in the fourth quarter. And that was the capper to a long possession. We're just over 3 minutes to go now. Sarah Martin going down fighting, but she misses on the three-pointer as Acosta battles for another rebound. Now here comes Leah Sims. Sims gives it up to Acosta. Layup is good. And a timeout is called by IU Northwest. 2:59 to play. 63-42 St. Francis, and it has not always been pretty for the Saints here in the second half. But they seem to have recaptured the rhythm that guided them through the entire first half, and they look to be on their way to their third consecutive win and a 5-1 record overall. This would be the 24th win and 25 all-time meetings for St. Francis over Indiana Northwest. It's been just domination, and if you look at some of the teams that Indiana Northwest has had in recent years, they've been up and down, but they've had some good teams. And so to have amassed a record like this is pretty impressive. Saints come out of the timeout with Rexisha Hollis out there for the first time. It's Hollis, McDaniel, Acosta, Sims, and Pyle. The Red Hawks have Martin and Martin. They've also got Sims, Geisler, and Schmidt. Here's Sims driving on Hollis, who falls down. Sims didn't see it, had her back to the basket. Geisler now driving from the right side. She's fouled. Foul is called on Rexisha Hollis, her first. She's only been on the floor for 15 seconds.
Foul called on number 3, Rexisha Hollis, her first.
Braxton Mickens comes in for Shadrian McDaniel. So with the big lead late, Steve Brooks is giving some of his reserves a chance to play. Still leaving a few of the starters out there. Pyle and Sims are on the floor. Free throw misses from Geisler. She'll get one more. Tough night for Geisler from the line. She's 2 of 5 on free throws. And here's her last one. That's good. 20-point lead, St. Francis. The Red Hawks put on a full court press. Jordan Pyle dribbled it off her knee, but Sims was there to pick up the loose ball. Now Saints can run some more clock. Sims turns around, bounces down low to Acosta, up with the right hand and in off the backboard. Nice move, Acosta. She's got 8 points. Not far from another double-double. She had 15 and 10 in her season opener on Saturday. Here's Samantha Martin up top to Michaela Schmidt. Now Geisler on the left wing with 10 to shoot. Geisler spins down low, layup, no, rebound Hollis. Under 2 minutes to go in this one. Fired down the floor for Leah Sims to a cutting Acosta, and she lays in another one. 2 more points for Acosta. She's got 10 for the game. A lot of action late for Acosta. She's scored the last 4 for St. Francis. The lead is back to 24. Deep 3 for Jessie Sims. Off the back iron, and Acosta grabs the rebound. Off to Pyle, and ahead to Leah Sims. Sims in the paint, backs it up. Here's Mickens. Braxton Mickens, the freshman, backs it on Geisler and kicks it outside Hollis. Hollis now on the drive. Throws up a wild one with the left hand, no good. And Acosta fights for another offensive rebound. Great board by Acosta. Under a minute to play. Sims fires outside in the corner. Three-pointer Hollis. No good, but Hollis grabs her own rebound. Now she drives, puts up another one, and an offensive foul is called. Andriana Acosta is called for the moving screen, so Hollis's bucket will not count. And now the Saints clear the bench with a 24-point lead. 51 seconds to play. Maria Cruz Uceda, Lacey Gardner, and Hannah Schweitzek are back in. Indiana Northwest looks like they're going to clear their bench as well. Ryan Shelton called the substitution timeout. But no changes made just yet. They've got Brianna Bowles waiting at the scorer's table. Here's Geisler. Down to the corner, McConnell. McConnell up off the iron, no. Rebounded by Hollis. No shot clock for the Saints here. They don't have to shoot if they don't want to. Schweitek's pass deflected into the hands of Braxton Mickens. And off the hands of Schweitek, out of bounds. So they give it up with 18.8 on the clock. 67-43 our score. And now Bowles is in. Michaela Schmidt checks out. Should be the last possession of the game here. Indiana Northwest try to score one more time. They've had a decent offensive second half. They played close to their average. Three-pointer from the corner. Misses from Sydney Van Meter. Ball's deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Indiana Northwest with 2.2 on the clock. The Saints can inbound this one. They will improve to 5-1 for the season. As they dribble out the final few seconds, 67-43 is our final score. St. Francis knocks out Indiana Northwest, picking up their third consecutive win and finishing a season-opening 6-game homestand with a 5-1 record. Nice work today by the Fighting Saints after they got off to a sensational start, putting up big numbers just the last few minutes of the first quarter. They scored 23 points in the first quarter, opened up a big lead. Their defense dominated the entire first half. They built a 26-point lead late in the first half, and then Indiana Northwest came out strong in the second half. They really played good basketball over the final 20 minutes of the game, particularly that third quarter, in which they outscored the Fighting Saints 17-11. But ultimately, the Saints got hot again and were able to build their lead back up. It was as many as 26 in the first half. Indiana Northwest cut it down to 14 in the third quarter. The Saints built it back to 24, and that's where it ended at, 67-43. Justine Charlesworth, the leading scorer for St. Francis today. She finished with 18 points on 6 three-pointers, just 1 point off of her career high. Saints also got double-digit scoring efforts from Leah Sims, Shadrian McDaniel, and Adriana Acosta. Sarah Martin led the way for Indiana Northwest with her 11 points. Coming up next for these two teams, Indiana Northwest heads home. They won't play again until December, and December 5th they will take on Indiana South Bend. As for the Saints, they will next play on December 5th as well, and that's on the road at Cardinal Stritch. Their next home game not till December 15th. Only one home game in the month of December for a Saints team that didn't play on the road in the month of November. So our next broadcast of St. Francis basketball, December 15th. That's a 3 o'clock start time, and that is, I'm trying to figure out which day of the week that is. That's a Wednesday at 3 o'clock. Yeah, that sounds right. Wednesday? No, we'll call it a Tuesday. Should have a calendar in front of me. But Tuesday, December the 15th, they take on Madonna from Michigan at 3 o'clock. That's the next home broadcast for the Fighting Saints. They're on the road for a couple before that. As always, go to GoFightingSaints.com for a full schedule. And remember to keep the USF Fighting Saints YouTube page bookmarked for all of the home basketball broadcasts. That's going to do it for today. Again, our final score is St. Francis 67, Indiana Northwest 43. Until next time, this is Terry Bonadonna signing off for the University of St. Francis. Have a good night, all.